Hello, it's Melinda from Scrapbookingncraft. Just coming on today, I'm playing with some more of our new stencils that will be available the first week of September on our website. Just about to head off to Melbourne Paperific, and I've simply run out of time to get the layouts on the website. So I had to play with these. These are going to be released at Melbourne at the end of August. So I decided to make some examples and have a bit of a play. This is our circle or interlocking circle stencil. Our stencils are all 8 by 10 inch, so they fit the large 8 by 10 gel plate. And they're also great for scrapbooking, card making, and all your paper crafts. You can use them on the gel plate, which is perfect. You can use them with spray inks, paints. You can just use them with a sponge, use them with chalks, you can use them with distress inks, anything you like. So the interlocking circles are great because you can layer them up, and when you layer them up you turn your paper 180 degrees to the other way, and then you can put another layer over the top. I'm just using acrylic paint, so I'm using Montmartre paints. These are the paints I'll be demonstrating with at the show. I love that, that looks really cool. It gives it almost 3D effect when you put one paint on top of the other. I have sped this up because I do get quite involved when I gel print, and hours can pass by, and I think it's only been 5 minutes. So the paper I'm using is just 80 GSM printer paper that you put in your printer. I like the thinness of the paper because it's great to collage. Majority of my prints I use to collage as backgrounds or as painted papers, and the thinner the paper the better then, because you can put multi-layers on. You can print on just about anything that's non-glossy on the gel plate. You can print on old books. I've used magazines, but you've just got to be careful the glossiness doesn't transfer. That's a nice print, that one there. So putting this one over the top of the green one, and I love how that turned out. That is awesome. So excuse the dirtiness of my gel plate. It is well used and well loved and been at several demonstrations, so it gets a lot of love. And I don't exactly clean it. I did take the big chunks of paint off this time to clean it up a little. I don't clean my stencils either, because sometimes I like a different colour that I haven't used for a couple of pulls or a couple of sheets come through to the next layer, which is really nice to see as well. Gel printing is all about a bit of a happy accident. This is our next stencil here, which is our moons and circles. This is like a space one. I love this stencil. It's probably one of my favourites. We also do have this in 6 by 6 inch as well, because I loved it so much. So I like that in either the positive or the negative. You can use it either way. Great as a background for a celestial sort of thing. The thinner the paint the better when you're using stencils, because you don't want it to leak up and under the stencil. So you just need, probably on this 8 by 10 size gel plate, I usually gauge about 2 pea-sized blobs, like the green peas that you eat. So about 2 pea-sized blobs. So if you're using 3 colours, it's small little blobs. If you're using 2 colours, it's 1 blob per colour. It does take, different paints are different on the gel plate. If you have a more of a thicker paint, you may need a little bit more. If you have more of a loose or a fluid paint, you need a little less, because it will go a lot further. These paints are nice. They're semi-translucent and also can be opaque as well. So this is our next stencil. This is our circle and square stencil. It looks a bit like Pac-Man, really. This is really cool, this stencil. Because you have the sort of the circle, and then you have the circle missing. So this one's a nice bold geometric shape. I will be using a lot of these prints and the ones I make at the show in upcoming videos, doing some art journal pages and some different things with them, some cards and things, to show you what you can do your gel prints with. I do have a huge box of gel prints. My daughter and I love to sit there and have a go at them, and the moment they get thrown in the box, especially when I demonstrate at shows, I do a lot of printing over the 3 days. So we end up with a lot of prints. So I am endeavouring to use them up. They also look great in mini books. You can make mini books out of them. You can make them as journal pages. Because the paint is quite thin, it's really easy to write over the top of it. This one's probably my second favourite stencil with the circles and the squares. And I believe we got one more stencil left, which is, I'm trying to think of the other one that we haven't played with. It'll come up in a minute. Or maybe this is the last one. I'm not sure. So when you're gel printing, you also have paint on the back of the stencil when you pop it into a plate. So if you take it out of the paint, you can actually get a print or a reverse print on the back of the paper. So you can sort of achieve the positive and negative look. Oh, the honeycombs. I forgot about the honeycombs. How could I forget about the honeycombs? So the honeycombs is mixed up sizes, which looks really good. And they're very organic, so I haven't put them all in rows. I've hand placed them all on the stencil. So they're some are larger spaces, some are smaller spaces, just to make it look more organic and hand drawn and computer generated. So I like the honeycomb one as well. That's really cool. Nice if you put them over the top of each other. And I'll do that with one of them in a minute. Wasn't quite enough paint that time. The paint also depends on the humidity in the room that you're gel printing with. I had the heater on this day because it was very cold in the house, so the heat was drying the stencil as well. Sorry, drying the paint, not the stencil, drying the paint. And I find at the shows we have a lot of overhead lights, and I find that the lights dry out the paint as well. I like that one. That one almost looks like 3D. The images you look through with 3D glasses. Yes, at the shows we have a hard time with the paint because it dries rather quickly because of the heat in the room and also the overhead lights. Back to this stencil again, I do particularly like this one. I was just trying to do several prints of different assortments to have on display at the show and to show you what the stencils look like. And that one looks like a bit of a hot mess, but that's really cool too. Sometimes I like the hot mess stencils. So I think we're just about done. Thank you for watching, and I will pop the links below when these go live on the website.